Look, gang, Lane, Carolina Jackpot time coming at you on Monday morning. It's Labor Day 2024. Hope all y'all are doing well today. Listen, if you're new around here, consider staying true around here. Subscribe to the Carolina Jackpot channel. We do fun stuff around here all the time. Live streams, the whole 9 yards. With that being said, live stream from Saturday. If any of you actually want to see any part of that live stream, please hit me up at Hall_Kale on Twitter, and I'll be glad to send you a link to watch any part of that live stream. Rob, the podcast partner, Rob Sanders, is actually going to put together a montage of the clips of the best parts of the live stream. It's going to last for, 30 minutes or so, so you have to watch the whole entire thing. But I got kind of foolish during that thing. Started yelling at some of you, which, I don't mean to yell at you guys on there unless you're one of those low-level clown bucket preschool trolls who likes to get on there and screw with me. Then I absolutely mean it 100% and probably should go in a little bit even deeper on you, but I don't. But anyway, if you want to see any part of that, I will send it to you, but I did set it to private because there are some parts of that I'm not particularly proud of. More on that later. I got a lot of things that I want to change. A lot of improvements I want to make self-wise. But anyway, the premise of this video, what I wanted to talk to you about is, back on July the 4th, I sat on my back porch and I made a video which I carefully researched about a bunch of different individuals. And I came up with my top 5 candidates to replace Shane Beamer as head coach of the Gamecocks. And I got a lot of rebuttal, and a ton of people watched that video, but I didn't get a whole lot of positivity out of it. I thought I'd get a lot more positivity out of it, a lot more appreciation for Carolina Jackpot, going out, beating the bushes, trying to find out about different head coaches and who would be the strongest candidate to replace this schmuck. Oh, but guess what? I got a bunch of, you ain't gave him enough time. Well, he needs more time. Well, somebody's got to work with Lenoris. Who else is going? And here's my favorite one. Who else is going to take this job? Just all down the line, a million different excuses as to why Carolina Jackpot was just a terrible fan because I was making a video about replacing a guy before the season even started. Well, let me ask you this. How stupid do I look now? Huh? How stupid and disingenuous do you think I am right now after you watch that performance on Saturday afternoon? Huh? I don't think I'm too far off base, am I? Right? I don't think I'm too far out in left field calling for his head, because guess what? 90% of you were calling for his head as well. And I don't mean that in a literal sense, calling for his head. I mean calling for his job. Calling for his walking papers. Somebody to give him a boot to get the hell out of Columbia, South Carolina. I told you guys that this was going to be probably a rough season. I did a preview video. I gave us a 6-6 record. That was a very generous prediction at the time, and I can see now that I was, more than likely, I was incorrect on that, and I'd given us too much credit. It's totally embarrassing to open up as, it was 7 points to begin with, but quickly shifted to open up as a 9.5-point underdog to Kentucky. That is just absolutely insane level embarrassing. And that's not to throw shade at any Kentucky fans. I'm not crapping on you, but I am crapping on your program, because you're not a good program. You're just not. But South Carolina obviously is an even worse program according to Las Vegas, because we're sitting here as almost a 10-point underdog to you. And hell, it'll probably be closer to 12 to 15 points by the time the game kicks off, because all the money is going to come in on Kentucky in this game. Just absolute poverty. And I hate that term too. Poverty. I hate the terms poverty. I hate the terms rent-free. You know this. I hate the saying, give him his flowers, because I don't think you should be giving a guy flowers, period. And there are some other ones as well that I don't particularly like. The math ain't mathin'. That's another stupid one that I can think of I don't like. But I don't know of any other way to describe things. I listened to Gamecock Radio this morning. Jamie Bradford, I think is his name, that comes on there. He writes for one of the Gamecock columns. I'm not exactly sure what his job title is. I don't really give a shit. I mean, not that he doesn't work hard, and not that he's a bad person, but he's on there trying to pump some sunshine, telling us, Lenore, I know, guys, he is an outstanding football player, and he's going to be great for South Carolina. You can see me roll my eyes from behind these sunglasses. I'm not buying that anymore. I'm not drinking any more of this Kool-Aid. I'm not listening to these sunshine pumpers anymore. Tell me what of that performance on Saturday afternoon makes you think that you've got a great quarterback for South Carolina on his hands. They said, well, Connor Shaw, he as good as he was, it took him a while to pick it up. No, it didn't. Connor Shaw didn't go out there and almost lose to fucking Old Dominion. I mean, give me a break, people. And then they come out with some thing, this pro football focus. Everybody was all about pro football focus a few years ago. And how great it was, how great the analytics are. And even like Zach Smith, who does the Minister Sports podcast, which is a good podcast to listen to. It's pretty entertaining, by the way. I had kind of stopped listening to him for a while, a year or so ago. I just recently got back into it because I didn't like the way he was shitting all over Spencer Rattler last year. I thought it was unfair. I thought Spencer Rattler did a hell of a job for South Carolina last year. He wasn't getting any help. This guy was just clowning all over him, which made me feel like you don't even fucking watch the games. You just look at box scores, you hear things, and then you go out and spew nonsense. But generally, other than that, I like the guy, and he puts on a pretty good show. Even he is like down on pro football focus now because the analytics have just proven out to be false. The numbers will tell you one thing, but then you see another thing on the field. And the pro football focus was showing that our offensive line grades were pretty much average on Saturday. And a couple of them were above average. No, I don't. This analytic model is broken. It's absolutely broken. There's no way that offensive line would grade out as average to almost above average in some areas. No. Give me a break, man. No, it's not true. So pro football focus is it's foul. It is a flawed model, and it's just simply not true. But I just want to know how dumb I was and how much of a terrible fan I was for getting up a list together, trying to do some legwork ahead of time, and finding out who needs to be the next head football coach at the University of South Carolina. How dumb was I? Tell me down in the comment section below. Anyway, I got to go work. It's Labor Day. I got to go labor. Not that I'm going to go into labor, but if you looked at my big old belly sideways, you might think I was fixing to. You might think I was fixing to drop twins. My God, I look like Mama June and not the one after she was smoking the crack and stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. I appreciate you. Peace. I'm out of here. Go Gamecocks. Woo!